I'm Kim Verneman, and I'm here today to do another little episode about how to do life at home and how to manage your days so that they're more smoothly flowing and that you get more done and be more efficient and productive, and maybe learn some skills, some tactics, some strategies that I've found helpful over the years, and hopefully they'll be helpful to you too. So I have 9 children and a farm, and I write, and I'm a nurse, and I'm also in school, and thankfully it's online, and we homeschool. A lot of my life has been at home, and we've had other side hustles besides farming. I've had a market garden, and we had a goat dairy and made cheese for a while. So we've had busy lives, counting all the people in my house, and we have just learned through experience and hard lessons on how to make the days flow better and get all the things done that we want to get done and still have time to have fun and enjoy life. Our life might not look exactly like it does if we lived in a suburban neighborhood, and we actually did that for a couple of years. My husband's off-farm job took us to Idaho, where we lived on an acreage in a rural area, and we had horses and sheep and goats there too. But then we were in the St. Louis area for a couple years and living in suburbia. So that was pretty interesting for us. It was a cultural shift, but we still had productive, efficient days because we'd established them so firmly rooted in that. And it was just interesting for us homeschooling too, and just learning how to live that life. So I just wanted to let you know that I've done both. And here I am again on my farm, and we're trying to get back into that routine of how to plan better days and make life more efficient and flow better. I am going to talk today about sleep routines, and I'm talking specifically to the mom sleep routine, not the kids, not the babies. Those are huge issues that we can talk about another day for how to manage that and make those better. But this is just more high level how to take care of yourself, because if you learn how to take care of yourself, then you're better able to cope with everybody else and what they have going on. We can try anyway. There's a goal to aim for. So the first thing I want you to think about is, what time do you get up in the morning? What time is your ideal wake up time? They might be two different things. What time you are waking up and what time your ideal wake up time is. Personally, I always had better days if I woke up 30 minutes or an hour before my children did. And I know that's not completely realistic, because there are certainly those exhausting nights where you're pregnant, and it is hard to do that, but it is certainly something to aim for and try for. And so that's what I'm going to talk to today, is being able to do that, or at least try to be able to do that. So on an ideal day, what time is it that you want to get up? Your ideal time. And second question, do you have a baby or a toddler? And does your baby get up at the same time every day? Now, I've had both. And sometimes it was the same baby. You know how they go through seasons or months or just weeks where they're getting up the same exact time every day, and then they might go through this stretch where it's kind of random what time they're waking up. So if you have a baby that is getting up at the same exact time, then try to make your wake up time 30 minutes or an hour before the baby wakes up. And if your baby is random, then don't even worry about the baby. What time of day do your little children wake up? And try to make your wake up time 30 minutes or an hour before that wake up time. And what that does is it gives you time for peace and rest. You have time to prepare your own self. You know, maybe you're going to go for a little walk. Maybe you're going to do some stretching exercises. Maybe spend some time reading the Bible and in prayer. Maybe you're just want a quiet house where you can just have some personal time. Anyway, it makes a better day. So how do you get there? How do you get to that place? Well, let me think here. Let me see. What have I said and what have I not said in my notes? Okay, so let's say you want to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. Let's say that's your goal. That is your personal, I want to be up at 6 o'clock every morning. It can, I don't care what it really is. I'm just using that for the example. Now, how many hours of sleep do you need to feel healthy for you personally? I mean, they say 8 to 10 hours is, what people need for health. I think, there's all kinds of numbers that people throw out. So think about, back in my most healthy place, how many hours of sleep did I need? So for the sake of our example, we're going to say you need 8 hours. Is that what I said? Yes. All right, so you're going to wake up at 6. You need 8 hours of sleep. Now let's say that you have a baby that keeps you up for an hour every night. Random times. Generally speaking, I mean, it might be your baby wakes up and is 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Maybe your baby wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning and thinks it's playtime. Maybe it is just simply getting out of bed yourself to go check on the baby because baby was crying a little bit. And that, add it all up, whatever it is, generally speaking, not any hard and fast rule, but generally speaking, let's say you lose 1 hour of sleep every night. So the next thing is to add that up, 8 hours of sleep that you need plus the 1 hour that you're awake, and that adds up to 9. So you want to wake up at 6 in the morning. So that means, count back 9. That means your bedtime where you want to be sleeping is 9 p.m. Okay? That might not be realistic for your life, but this is a goal. This is something to shoot for. This is something to plan for. This is something to set up your evening so that hopefully you are in bed sleeping at 9 p.m. most nights. The goal. Don't beat yourself up if you don't ever reach your goal. It is a goal, and the goal is more sleep. All right, so now I want you to think about the go to bed routine. First, we're going to cover the little children if you have little children. So first you're going to put the little children to bed, and how much time does that take for your little children? We're talking the time where you say, okay, we're going to get ready for bed. Let's sit down and read a story all together. And then people get dressed in their pajamas. They do their bathroom stuff, brush their teeth, and go potty. Maybe they need a bath. If it's summertime, we take baths every night. And then let's say you get everybody tucked in their bed and you've given all the hugs and kisses. Everyone's gone to the potty. Everyone has a drink. And that time took an hour. All right. So now you need to add that onto your evening routine, the things you do before you go to bed at 9 p.m. when you're going to be sleeping. And now think about your own personal routine, the things that you do when you stand up and you say, I'm getting ready for bed. Now, we all know that moms don't just say, I'm going to bed and go straight to bed and get in bed. No. We know that's not realistic. First, you probably do a little pickup in the living room. Maybe you go to the kitchen, do a little pickup there. That's when you set up your coffee pot for the next morning. I suggest, though, that you do that at supper time when you're doing the cleanup at supper time. Set up your coffee pot then if you remember to, but a lot of times we don't remember to, and then it becomes part of our go to bed routine. So you have now done a series of things before you even got to your bedroom and bathroom, and then you do your wind down thing there. Maybe you like to take a bath. Maybe you like to lay in bed and read for 15-20 minutes, or a chapter of your book or whatever. So let's say that your bedtime routine takes 30 minutes, just for the sake of our example. So you add that on. So you have 30 minutes of your personal bedtime routine. You have an hour for your children's personal bedtime routine, and you want to be sleeping at 9 o'clock. So that's adding an hour and a half. So now your family, your house, is starting to do this bedtime routine with the little children at 7:30. So 7:30 is your children's 1 hour of read the story, get ready for bed routine, give everyone hugs and kisses, tuck them in, and then your 30-minute bedtime routine. And then hopefully 9 o'clock, you're going to sleep, knowing that your sleep's going to be interrupted. You're going to lose an hour in there. And then you're going to wake up at 6 a.m. and you're going to be up for 30 minutes or an hour before your children start to wake up. Now, remember, this is a goal. This is something to aim for. It will never, ever, ever, ever go perfect. If it does, write it down and give yourself some gold stars, and maybe buy yourself some new clothes or have some chocolate. Do something to celebrate that it all went absolutely perfect. But we're all human. We're all individuals. Our children are unique. Our babies are unique. And things are going to not be perfect. We live in an imperfect world, in case you didn't notice. And don't get tied to the time periods. I made this up. This is an example. If you want to wake up at 5, my daughter and I were talking about, right here a little bit ago, and I said, well, what time do you get up in the morning? What's your goal? And she said 5:30. She doesn't even have children. 5:30. I have to get up at 5:30. I get up at 5:30. Okay. We're all different. We are all different. I know there's some moms that like to, stay up late and sleep in, and that their whole family is just off a couple hours from what my family does, the way we operate. That's okay. I do think that the best sleep happens on the first part of your night. So I always felt personally that the earlier I got to bed and went to sleep, the better night's sleep I got. If I got to bed later, then I don't know if it's maybe the children sleep better in the first part of the night, and that's why I slept better, or what. Maybe they start stirring around and becoming awake more after 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm not sure. But I just always felt like I got the best sleep early on. So I made it a personal mission to try to get myself asleep as soon as possible. That's why I developed all this, so that I made a routine for everybody so that I could get to sleep early on in the night or in the evening and have a good night's sleep, because that makes the next day better. Then I'm not grumpy. Then I'm not falling asleep when we're sitting on the couch doing read aloud time. You don't know how many times over the years that kids are, wake up, Mom, wake up, when I'm reading aloud. Oh, just let me sleep. And they run off and I'm snoozing on the couch for half an hour or whatever. If you have any questions about all this, if I wasn't clear, please send me a message. Go to, I'm posting these on Instagram. Well, this is Instagram Live right now. I'm posting them on Facebook, and we made a YouTube channel, and I'm uploading them to that YouTube channel also. And you can leave comments there. You can ask me questions through the email, through the messaging.